Hello everyone, and welcome again to a new lesson of Microsoft Excel powered by Smallhead Big Wisdom. Today I'm going to talk about cells, rows, and columns. First of all, I want to highlight that whenever you open a file, it is considered as a book, as a normal book with sheets, as you can see on the below part. By default, there is one sheet, but you can add as many as you want by clicking on this symbol. But in another video, I'm going to explain how to manage these sheets. For the time being, I'm going to explain what a cell is. The intersection of a column and a row, it is called a cell. Every column is identified with a letter and every row with a number. When you click on a cell, you can go here on this section and you can see the name of that cell, C6 column C row 6. You can click around any other cell and the name of that specific cell is shown here, in this case E10. The best way to move around is using the arrow keys up, left, down, or right. So you can move down, left, up, or right. And on the upper part you can see the name of the cell. There are other ways to move the cursors around any cell of each sheet. For instance, here you can click and write the cell name, for instance D4, and hit enter, and it's moved to D4. Again, F13, column F and row 13. That is the cell, the current cell. In total, there are 1,048,576 rows and also several columns. Here I have created a formula to count the columns. So in total there are 16,384 columns on each sheet. In this case sheet 1, and the name of the last column is XFD. So we can move around to different cells also by pressing the key N, this key N, and the arrow up, left, down, or right. Let me show you. For instance, I'm here on A1. If I press the key N and right arrow, it goes to the last cell when there is not a blank. For instance, if I write something here, computer, and I place the cursor on B1, when press the key N and arrow down, it goes to the next text. So this is a way to move around any cell. Another way is by pressing the function key F5. F5, it shows this dialog, so you can write any cell. For instance, I want to go to A30,000 and hit OK, and it shows A30,000, and I can go to A1 again. So that is fairly easy. So now I'm gonna show something important to consider. For instance, when you want to modify content of a cell, for instance in this case computer, I want to write it in plural, computers. Just click here on the formula bar and then enter whatever you need. imagine that you have misspelled that word. To avoid deleting everything, just click here and delete just with backspace key and hit enter. We can also enlarge the height of the row. Here when we see the black plus, hold left click and drag and drop. You can also reduce the height of the row. When you see the black sign, hold left click and drag up. The same for the columns. Here you can see the black sign plus, hold left click and drag to the right, and you can see the width of the column A has been enlarged. If you want to change the three columns at the same time, the width of the three columns at the same time, just highlight here on the letter the name of the column, hold left click and highlight. After that, by changing one, in this case B, it will change all three with the same width. The same to reduce. If you want to change all the column width, just click here to highlight all the columns and change any of them, and all the column width will be changed equally. The same for the rows. You highlight the rows that you want to change the height, and when you see the black plus, hold left click and change the height. That is the way of changing the width or the height of columns and rows. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and see you soon at Small Head Big Wisdom.